Hi everyone, welcome to another Tagalong. Just showing you the pages that I've already started but did not finish. This is just going an ongoing project of faces and faces and faces. I just draw whenever I feel like it in this book, and some pages I will record and some I won't record. But this I'm going to tape. Um, I well, I knew what I was going to do. I was going to work with green today. I'm really into that green, gray, yellow kind of color scheme lately. I am going to work only with acrylics and with one stencil and a few stamps on this page. So a minimum of supplies. Using this dark green, mixing it with a lighter green and then black on top. And I'm putting it on quite heavily with a sponge. And I like the way that this looks, just a bit messy. And then I dried it, and I did not do a good job because I didn't want it to dry it completely to be able to do this. So there was just a few spots that I could do the stenciling thing with. Well, I do like the way it looked, but I wish I hadn't dried it too well as I did. Using some stamps from Art Jenny. This is a tiny script stamp using a green just to create some interest. And this is a stamp, a messy stamp from Art Jenny as well, with a grungy look in black, because I thought that I was going to cover most of it anyway, so I needed a quite dark stamp. Then I used Naples yellow to use the same stencil again because I thought it was too dark. I went from too dark, too light, too dark, too light this day. It was very weird. And then I had some paint left, and I used this how do you call it, texture comb from Ranger to just put that on the page. And I didn't do I just scraped it quite firmly. Didn't mind that the pages were how do you call that, ripping. So just went with it. Now and then I thought what to do next. So I dried it quite well, and I thought, now in this case I thought it's too light. I need the black back. Really. This took me about 20 minutes, I think, to decide when to stop. So black it is, just using black ink in this case. Just a little bit of interest, same stencil. And that's what you get when you just use one stencil and a few stamps. And it looks quite nice, if I may say so myself. Now, starting a ladylike figure. Didn't know what I was going to do with it. She's too big here, so I thought she needs to be smaller. And I started with gesso, just outlining. And I thought it looked like a kind of a coat that she was wearing, so I just put a little bit of gesso on the page to be able to create a coat-like thing, piece, garment. Oh well, you know what I mean. Using acrylics to create kind of like a skin color today, and I tried to do it in skin color in no weird colors, but well, you'll see what happens. The shoulders were too round, so I needed to adjust that. I do that with paint later on, you'll see that. So, and here, and in the end the shoulders are too small in comparison to her head, but oh well, it's just an art journal page, so no worries. And then I thought it looked like kind of a scarf, a see-through negligee kind of thing. So, and then I thought what to do with the heart, and I thought I'm just going to cut it out of that paper, out of the page, and then you can see through it towards the other page. So I thought, okay, I like that idea. And so now she has a heart, a see-through heart. And then I thought, okay, it needs to be done something. So I thought I would just glue that page to the other side, just make it a little bit red and then glue them together. But I thought, why would I have cut her heart out? Because I could have just easily painted it red. So I thought, you're not going to glue it down, just do something else with it. So I just cut the, just glued a few pages together to make that page a bit sturdier, so I could cut the top and the bottom section of that page to leave the middle part, and then create something with that, just kind of like a label or something. Don't know how you call it, but you know what I mean, and you'll see it. So I just cut, as you can see, the bottom section and the top section, and then the spine was ugly, so I ripped those little tiny piece of paper out of the spine as good as I could do that, and then I glued those pages on top of the other one to make it look a little bit better. You see what I'm doing here, because I can't explain it that well. So you see, now it looks better, doesn't it? And I have a flap, et voila. And then I thought, okay, what now? What next? So going in with a marker, and because I could use acrylic paints, it's easy to use a marker. And I'm going heavily on the black around her eyes, and quite heavy eyebrows as well. And then I thought she has to have just plain regular hair, no wind in her hair, or just plain hair. And now I go in with darker colors. You see that I can't help myself. I kept it in the skin tone color, but a bit more orange and a little bit more brown to make it look a bit more pretty, the way I like it. I might say it that way. Now, of course, a little bit of strange hair, orange. Orange was still on my craft sheet, so I thought I'm just going to use it up by painting her hair orange. And it makes her a bit more friendly, doesn't it? So a bit more shading with black and brown acrylic paint. And now she's coming together, isn't she? She looks better that way. Now attending to that small piece there, using whatever was left on my craft sheet to colorize that piece. And I'm coloring it in that color because those pages have to be worked on as well, so didn't want to do it in greenish tones. That was not necessary. So now I thought, okay, what's next? So I used the words out of the book. So I tore pages out of the book to be able to work in it. And out of those pages I came up with just, well, it's kind of like a poemish thing. It's not really a poem, but just a saying. So it says, one midsummer night, not long ago, my lifelong desire for a marvelous and romantic life was miraculously there. With all lights out and one candle burning, he replied, I love you too. Isn't that sweet? I didn't know, I cut out several words and I just mixed them along mixed them, and then I came up with this. And then I was searching for one word, and that was one. Ah, really, it took me a long time to find the one in that book. So, but I really wanted to use the same, well, text out of that particular book, so out of this book. So, well, I thought it was a nice thing I came up with. So, just a little bit interest and making sure that you know that this part belongs to this page. So I'm going in with the same stencil just a little bit again. And then I thought it needed a bit more red because her heart is red and I had no red on the page. So I just used the same script stamp in a little bit of red again, and then those hearts from that stencil. I'm going around it with a Sakura pen, a white gel pen, going around it. And then I had some words left, as you can see there. So I started out with "there is no fear, no matter what, I want to fly." And then if you turn it around, well, so this is a page on its own, and the other one will become a page as well. So I will incorporate that kind of like a poem thing that I made into the other page that I need to do next. You know what I mean. Just now, and then this is it, everyone. I hope you liked the way this was going, and I thank you for watching again, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye, everyone. Bye bye.